Hi, this is Shankar, and I'm making this video basically. Uh, I get a lot of queries on Rahu and Ketu, and people are very worried about Rahu and Ketu. Let's understand these two planets. Rahu is a very important planet. Rahu is a planet of Kali Yuga. Rahu governs all the electronic communication, X-rays, waves. It governs everything which has to do with research. Rahu is a lot of research, and Rahu governs all the blue rays and waves. Rahu's spectrum. Rahu is telecommunication. Uh, Rahu is something which is extremely critical for us in all areas of life. It is the unconventional way of living. The entire film industry, the direction, the camera, all these things come under the purview of Rahu. And Rahu is something which is illusionary, which is done at the back, and a lot of strategy is done at the back today. A lot of hacking is done from the back. A lot of espionage is done from the back. So Rahu governs a lot of things which can be applied for good and bad things depending on what Rahu is placed on. So Rahu is a very important planet in today's world, and, and Rahu is a planet which gives sudden results. It gives big impacts. To become a very big man, you have to be Rahu. Rahu is not a person who is very afraid. Who's not Rahu in Lagna is very good. Is a very good quality. You cannot, he'll keep the people under control. And Ketu is a planet which, if well placed, is like a flag. It puts you on the top of things, and it is also a planet which is more internalized, and like Ketu being very strong can make you a very big psychologist, and Ketu being bad can put you into depression. So Ketu is things which are more which is internalized, which we understand. Therefore, it is also connected with spirituality. So anything which is internal to you and which you learn and you try to give it to the world, that is Ketu. Ketu is opposite of Rahu, and so are the traits. Ketu in our system in the years later, earlier Ketu was supposed to be a planet which was a planet of spirituality, and a lot of people talked very high of Ketu, but I feel today in Kali Yuga, Rahu is the planet. Now, Rahu and Ketu, there is a lot of discussion on whether they have houses of exaltation and debilitation. I really don't know what are the houses of exaltation and debilitation, though people say that Ketu is exalted in Scorpio, Rahu is exalted in Taurus. Some say the moon Trikon sign of Rahu is Cancer, which sometimes does come out to be correct. And but what I've seen, Rahu does well in the houses of Shukra and Budh. These are two houses, that is Gemini and Virgo, and more in Gemini. Rahu does very well in Gemini, and Ketu does well in the houses of Scorpio, where you have to do thinking is internalized. So Rahu does well in the houses of Shukra and Mercury, and Ketu does good in houses like Scorpio. It does good in Sagittarius. It does good in Pisces, houses which are related to Jupiter. Ketu is good there. So that is how you have to see Rahu and Ketu. And Rahu and Ketu, of course, gives the result of the planets which are placed with them. So you always discover, when you discuss Rahu and Ketu, see the planet which are placed to them. Are they in conjunction? The Lord of the depositor of Rahu, the Lord of Rahu, where that will give its impact. And any planet which aspects Rahu will also have an impact. The depositors of Rahu and Ketu are very important, and if they are the depositors of Rahu and Ketu are 6th, 8th, and 12th, they do create problems. Rahu is very good in 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 11th houses. It does very well, where Ketu is very good in the 12th house. But Ketu is not good in 6th house, though. So this is how you have to understand Rahu and Ketu, and the span of Rahu's Dasha is very big, so it has a very big impact. One should not be afraid of Rahu and Ketu. They are planet which gives. They are the planet which are the rulers of Kali Yuga. They are the planets of today who makes the politician, the bureaucrats, the businessmen, the people in the film industry. These are the planets Rahu takes care. Rahu, however, is not good for your non-life things like your domestic peace, happiness, married life, which are the emotions, way of doing sex, way of thinking about God and philosophy. These things are Rahu is not very good. That is, in the life things it is not very good, because it has got an unconventional approach, and that leads to adharma. It's against the dharma. So therefore, it is not good. But then, if Rahu is aspected by benefic planets, it tends to do very good. It tends to do very well. So you have to analyze Rahu and Ketu in a way which is very differently, and it needs a lot of experience. to analyze these planets. They are planets which make you, and which give you and also take it from you. I mean, they give to take. So that those kinds of things are there with Rahu and Ketu. So therefore, they are important. And I have seen Rahu with the Surya makes a person a very big man at points of time. Rahu in the star of Surya, Surya in the star of Rahu, Adra Nakshatra, etc. It actually people do very well in life because it enhances your, the first thing is you have the desire to become big. So once you have the desire to become big and the other planets also support you like Jupiter and Saturn, then at some point of time you do take a leap. So that's how Rahu functions. And but typically I've seen Rahu with Surya doing very well as far as a lot of people are concerned. Yes, it is also a planet which concerns foreigners, foreign countries. If it is placed in 12th house, it can give you imprisonment also. So those kinds of things of Rahu are there because there is a kind of unconventionality with Rahu. Rahu, I do take the aspects of 5th, 7th and 9th on Rahu. 5th and 9th are important aspects, and I do take the aspect of 5th, 7th, 9th. 7th is already there. 5th and 9th aspect of Rahu I do take. Rahu does well in the houses I've already told you. I do take aspects into consideration of Rahu. Here a case in point I wanted to discuss was, and here I have on my screen the horoscope of Sushant Singh Rajput. Nobody knows his horoscope, but I think his date of birth is January 21, 1986, and let's take the time as 12 o'clock at Patna. I mean, that's taking the day into consideration and taking the Kalpurush Kundali, and of course the Chandrama will be correct because Chandrama has traveled 13 degrees. It is an exalted Chandra and Rohini Nakshatra, which is supposed to be very good, which itself is a very good planet. Chandrama and Rohini gives a lot of luxuries, love life is good, you get a lot of money, etc. It's a very good place. It makes you very intelligent. So an exalted Chandrama is there with Rahu at Rahu 12th to Moon. So it gives the mind which is not stable. It gives an unstable mind. It gives the unstable mind to you. So that is one thing. But if talking about Rahu Ketu, I was seeing at this Kalpurush Kundli of Sushant Singh Rajput. Here one important thing, apart from Rahu, Chandrama being 12th to Rahu, he's got a debilitated Jupiter. And I mean, since the day is correct, assuming the day is correct, and also the Trigunadi system, he would be running the Jupiter, Moon, Mars and Rahu. Rahu gave him a lot of things in life. But if you come to Jupiter, Jupiter starts from 4/7/2018, and that is where in the Dasha of Jupiter, he would have committed. His span of life ended. But you can also see that his span of life is not so great. But if you see that there is a great controversy between suicide versus murder. But if you look at his horoscope, then Rahu, or the depositor of Rahu is Mars, and the depositor of Rahu, Mars, has gone in the 7th house, right? It has gone in the 7th house with Ketu. So it becomes a very, very, very deadly planet. And the depositor of this entire thing, Mars and Ketu, the depositor of Mars and Ketu is Shukra, which is there with Jupiter, Surya and Mercury in the 10th house, aspected by Saturn. So actually there's a lot of, and Shukra becomes a lot of 2nd and 7th house. Shukra is always a planet which can cause death by itself. It is combust in his case. It is combust in his case, and also Mercury is combust. So, and Saturn looks at Surya, and Jupiter is debilitated. So what I was trying to tell you that Rahu, being the depositor of Mars, comes in the 7th house, and Mars and Ketu are together. So when this particular itself gives a tendency for a person to commit suicide, because you are Lagna yourself, and 7th house is something which is opposite you, which you want to do. So it is when there is such a strong combination of 7th house of Mars and Ketu, and Mars being a depositor of Rahu, and this is placed 4th from this major combination of Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn and Venus, which shows the person had a tendency, and suicide is a very great suicide is an important indication, which is actually shown by the horoscope. So suicide is an important indication shown by the horoscope, and which I have tried to explain through the depositor of Rahu and Ketu. Having said Jupiter is debilitated, those things are not very important. But the Rahu, the Shukra, then this whole thing goes into here, which is with Jupiter. So though the 10th house is strong and everything is there, it shows it is an horoscope of a very not a very big span of life. And since 7th house is more into play, and 7th house is affected by Rahu, Ketu, and Mars. Rahu, Ketu, and Mars, also having Chandrama, which has got 12th aspect of Rahu. I mean, Chandrama having a 12th aspect of Rahu. So Rahu is actually getting the energy of Chandrama also. So it shows a mind which can kill itself. 7th house is the opposite side. So it's a more of a suicide kind of a thing for Sushant Singh Rajput, and it can be clearly seen by these two nodes. And I repeat, the depositor of Rahu, Mars, being with Ketu, and the entire depositor being, and then with Venus being the depositor again, and Chandrama being 12th to Rahu, is enough for creating these kinds of issues which are there, and the mental and the psychic thing which you have. Even Saturn and Moon are aspecting each other. So, but this concentration of 7th house of Rahu and Ketu in the 7th house itself, and Rahu being represented by Mars, being exemplified by Ketu, is enough to show suicidal tendency. So most probably it is suicide. We don't know his exact date of time, so I really can't say. But even if the day is correct, and we go by the Kal Purush and by the understanding of Trigonadic system, where Jupiter rotates. So Jupiter also is about to cross Rahu and go to Moon. So a 12-year rotation if you do, so it will come to at about 36. So even by that also it is more of a suicide than a murder as far as I'm concerned. Thanks, and bye for now. Please subscribe to my video, and please listen to me and give me your comments. Thanks a lot. Hello, this is Shanker. Hi, this is Shanker, and